So my lead up last year went pretty well. I raced Augusta 70.3. I think that was 3 weeks out. Rolling into Kona week, felt pretty good. Had a good swim, and then on race day, I had a great swim. For the first time, I actually got out with the second group, and if I would have done that in the years past, I'd be top 10. So I was pretty stoked about that, to come out with Lionel Sanders, Sebastian Kienle, Cameron Wolf. So, and then onto the bike. I remember rolling with them for at least the first hour. I think I was pushing right about 300 watts, maybe just over. That's actually really all I remember. I don't remember the accident, the crash, nothing. The next thing was me waking up in the hospital, and I guess I kept on asking the same questions over and over and over, because I did have a head injury. With my neck, I went through a side window, and I lacerated and severed my neck muscle, and my external jugular, and my internal jugular was exposed, and it was right there. So it was super close, like millimeters, and if that would have been lacerated, I wouldn't be here right now. So I'm just really grateful and thankful to be here right now. Thankfully, I didn't break any bones. I did dislocate a rib, and I remember 2 weeks later I moved the wrong way, or actually probably the right way, and it popped back in, and that was pretty painful. I've had lots of physical therapy. I've had some memory issues too. I've pulled out, I think, 3 pieces of glass from my neck. So, I mean, the list goes on, and it's not easy, and it doesn't matter what the accident is or what the injury is, because many people deal with that, and it's different for everyone. But I think the main thing is to have a positive attitude and have a strong support system. Thankfully, I had my wife and my son was only 3 months old at the time of the accident, and between the two of them, I mean, it really helped through the process of recovering. And there's been lots of ups and downs, and it's been very emotional. The Lord has a plan for everything, and I'm just trying to have a positive outlook at this whole experience, versus a negative one. And the way I see it, this island has brought me a couple of gifts. The first gift was my son. In 2016, that was our souvenir when I finished 12th in Kona. And then, you know, last year I was so close to losing my life, but really it was a gift of life, because, you know, I'm living my life with more passion right now. And I'm definitely not taking anything for granted and living life in the moment. So I ended up racing Ironman Mount Tremblant, and I heard of, oh, if I finish on the podium, I'll get a slot to Kona. I finished 3rd. I'm like, oh, I guess I'm getting a slot to Kona. And I wasn't really necessarily thinking about that. That wasn't my goal, to get back to Kona. And then I found out later that I was actually the second person to miss it. The first person was Tim Don, and then he got a roll down slot. So I was actually the first person to miss out. And I was on the drive from Mount Tremblant back to Florida, and I got a call from Andrew Mesnick. He said, with everything that happened last year, you deserve to come back to the island and race and have a wild card. And I told him, you know, I had to talk to my wife first and think about it, because you know, obviously it's an emotional experience coming back here, but I did accept it, and I'm here right now. So I'm here for multiple reasons. One, I want to have closure with, you know, everything that's happened with the accident. I want to finish what I started last year. I was in a good place and shooting for a top 10, and you know, I'd love to be in the top 10 this year. With all things considered, it's definitely possible, but really, I'm not putting any pressure on myself at all. If I finish 5th, or if I finish 50th or 100th or whatever, I'm gonna be happy, because just crossing that finish line is gonna mean so much to me, that I'm alive and I'm here, and I'm just so really thankful and grateful that I'm here, and that I think my son's so little, he doesn't really know a lot, but he sees me riding on the trainer every single day, just about. And so that just shows, you know, a lot of dedication and hard work, and he's starting to understand things a little bit more. And with my wife there, right with him, I mean, me finishing and crossing that line will kind of signify that, hey, I'm alive, I'm here. It hasn't been easy at all, but I'm here today and thankful.